Today we're going to talk about how to set up an alert in TradingView, which is the first step to automated trading. There's no good way to automate directly from TradingView. So you have to set up alerts and use a third-party company to send it to your TradeAvate account or to send it to your NinjaTrader account. So you've created a strategy that you like, or you've uploaded a strategy that somebody else is using and something like that. And you now have this screen right here. So you've created it looks good. Everybody's happy. There's a couple of different ways to create an alert. I find the easiest way to create the alert is directly onto the chart. So you're just going to click this. You're going to click more. You're going to click add alert. This should be the strategy that's here. This should be generally either order fills or order fills and function calls. It kind of depends. You're always going to want to put same as chart here. It will not dynamically change. So if you change the chart later, it won't change with it. You're going to want to set this as far out as you can. TradingView is kind of a bit persnickety about that. Then you're going to go to here. You're going to delete this. You're going to name this something new gold, something that you can remember. As you can see, I have a lot of alerts. So you're going to want to make it sure it's something that you can remember. If you have a lot of alerts, it can get complicated. This message here is going to be the JSON message that you're going to get later. I'm going to leave that blank, but we'll come back to it in a future video and add that in there. And it will depend on whatever trade copy you're using. They all work differently and they shall all help you create that JSON code. So you click this, then you've got notifications, and this depends on how many times you want to be harassed by it. Notification in app will be on your phone. The toast notification will be if you're on a website, and then this can send you an email and it can play a sound. And then this is the webhook you're going to need. This is for QuantLink. They are JSON. So you might want to check there and click create. Do gold trade. They're automatically active when they're started, so you always want to keep that in mind. You can see this little alarm clock right here. That means that there is an active strategy attached to this chart. This is really important that you understand that when you make a change to any of the settings in your strategy, if you change anything in there, it does not change the alert. The alert will always be the settings that it is right now, the settings that we just set up and created the alert for. Okay, so if you set the settings here and you have this alarm clock, that means that the information that's shown on the screen is going to be the active information used to trigger the alert. But if you change anything in any of those two variables, even if it's just changing the time of the chart from 1 minute to 3 minutes or 3 minutes to 1 minute, then you no longer have the alarm clock because this chart is not being used for an alert. The only way to change that is to go in and edit the alert and say, oh, same as chart, and it'll go back to that. The profitability of the strategy will change. Everything will change if you're using a 1 minute chart versus a 3 minute chart. So you want to make sure that whatever you're using, you're using. That also means if you make any changes into the strategy, if you change anything here, the default order size, whatever, you change this to 8, then no longer there's an alarm there. The new gold trade will still be sending 9 contracts, even though I changed it to 8. The alert will always be tied into the original settings that you put there. Now, if I'm say I just changed it to 8, I'd like it to be 8, then I go to edit and I click this thing right here and it's always the one on the bottom. Then I click save. The alarm clock is now there. It's now trading 8. It's so important that you do that every single time. If the alarm clock is not there, that's okay. Like I could be looking at a 1 minute chart. I might want to see something. I could be looking at a 5 minute chart. I could be looking at a 15 minute chart. I could be looking at anything else. I can make changes to the strategy. I could be testing this whole thing. The alert will still fire no matter what I'm doing on the chart. The alert will never stop firing. The alert will always fire. So you want to make sure that this alert has the information that you want, because if you change it and you don't update the alert with the one at the bottom, it will always be whatever it was originally set for. It does not matter what's showing on your chart. It does not matter what's showing on your chart.